What is up, gamers? Welcome back to another video. Today is a story time about how my leg is now dented. It's a pretty interesting story, but before we get into any of the actual story, if you do enjoy the story time, like and subscribe, follow the socials, and join the Discord. Those are in the description below. And yeah, let's get into this weird story. Alright, now let's get into the story. So, this story takes place in grade 7, and it actually takes place on the last day of grade 7. So, of course, a very convenient day to, get an injury. So, starts off, normal day, waking up, probably had toast for breakfast, as I usually do. And, we go through the normal day of, I guess hanging out with friends and stuff at school. I mean, there's nothing really much to do on the last day, really. I mean, what do you do other than, talk with people and stuff? I actually have no recollection of the day really at all, other than, I guess, the very moment that it happened. And so, after our clap out, which is basically, in our school, every single grade, we'd go slowly, from, I guess, the grade 8s. They would come in because obviously they're graduating, so, exciting times. Everyone would go around the school and grab all the grades and all the classes and everything, and we'd all get clapped out and then go out the door, the back door, I believe. And, our school is pretty small. It's only, it was only maybe, 300 people. 400 people or something, which is fairly small for, Canada, or the area I live, basically. But, regardless, once that happens, I'm out with basically one of my best friends. We're hanging out, still, and, we're out chatting, whatnot. We're out near, the parking lot and stuff, and the weird thing is there's these, weird bends and stuff over, in the front of my school, and, as we're in that area, there's these two metal poles, and I don't actually remember what they say on them. It's probably, no parking or something like that, but there's two poles that are really close together, you can run through them. They're average human width apart, and so as we're gonna go off, I don't remember what we were doing. I think because here in Canada we learn French mandatory grade 4 to 9, and I think throughout the school year we had this running joke of I believe it's called foie gras. It's a French dish, I believe, about I think it's duck or something, but we called it foie gras. And so I think we were going to run off and get grass or something, and my friend has his bike. He rides his bike to school all the time, even still to this day, because we're in the same high school. I do too, but I was getting picked up by my dad, so I didn't ride my bike to school, and so we're running through. For some fucking reason, my dumbass decides to run between the poles, and even more of a dumbass, my friend decides, let's ram into the pole, or something. I don't know what he was thinking, but he rams straight into my leg, and as you can imagine, that shit hurts like fucking hell. He rams into my leg as my leg is crossing with the pole. That shit goes into the metal pole, dents it. Obviously, I didn't exactly know that at the time, but it hurt really bad, and a couple of my other friends had to run in and get ice from the office to numb the pain, which it did eventually numb the pain and stop it, but, I had to walk back home, which luckily it's only, a few minutes away, so, it wasn't that bad, But after that, nothing much really happened with the dent itself, other than eventually we went to a clinic nearby, and I don't know what they put on, but they put on some sort of like cream or something onto where the dent is, which actually raised it up a little bit, so the dent is actually not as bad as it was like 4 or 5 years ago, grade 7, and so it is better. I don't think it'll be making any improvements ever. And even now, if you were to scratch it or anything, it's very numb. Like, it is, I think nerves were broken or something on it. I don't know. Fucked up my leg, but it doesn't really affect me in day-to-day life. It's just an interesting story to tell. There's also, I don't know why, but with my now girlfriend, we made this spot just outside of that the school. We called it the inverted bump spot because I believe it was when I first told her about my dent, and then I called it an inverted bump, which, my argument is a dent really is just an inverted bump. I mean, a bump is like it's just a raised up thing, and a dent is just the inverse of a bump. Therefore, an inverted bump is a dent. It's just a really weird thing, but regardless, that's basically how the dent goes. It's a interesting story to tell people now that I have a dent in my leg. Surprised I haven't actually told it yet, but now I have, and now you know that I actually have a dent in my leg, probably forever. So there is that. Well, anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed this story time. I actually haven't made a story time in a few months now, I don't think, so I actually want to get back to making a couple more story times. I'm not sure. I'll have to think back on my entire life, see if I can remember anything. I kind of forget things, but I'll see if I can remember anything, and might be able to make a few more storytime videos here and there, and try and get them out there in videos. And also, I was thinking of making like animated videos, like little animations that basically just tell story times that I think would be better suited if I had animations to go along with it. So if you think that's a good idea and you want to see that, tell me in the comments. And if you did enjoy this video, like and subscribe, follow the socials, join the Discord. Those are in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video.